So this is my Windguide design, or Windvane, people call them. This is in SolidWorks. Um, so this is a SolidWorks assembly. Um, so of course here you've got the wind paddle, and this is on a bearing assembly here. This is a 5-to-1 tooth belt reduction. I've also got the option of a 4-to-1 reduction. I just change where this idler pulley goes on this different hole, so I can change it out. Bronze counterweight here. So this drive, the wind paddle, vertical rotating, drives this pulley, and that pulley is fixed to this worm gear. So these are free spinning on this plate here. So this drives through this worm gear, and because a worm only drives one direction, this drives through that worm, and then that drives the shaft down the bottom. So this here is the adjustment knob. You rotate that. There's a pair of bevel gears here, and this effectively rotates the wind paddle to the given wind direction you have. So there's that. Here's the carbon cover on it. I'll show that. So this is actually the top mount for that. This has a labyrinth seal on the top, so it's a non-touching seal, but it's still watertight. So okay, this is the top part. This is a quick removable carbon paddle, of course. So you pull this retaining pin here and pop it out. Okay, let's look down the bottom. So here's the bottom mechanism. So this is a version of a universal joint, really. So here's the water paddle down here. This carbon water paddle fixed to this stainless shaft and rotating in these bearings here. It's bronze bushes. So the actuation from the wind paddle drives through this universal joint and then twists this shaft and turns the water paddle. And the water paddle then, left or right, gives actuation to this joint here. This is another bronze joint with this stainless drive shaft through here. So that's really what actuates into the boat. This is bolted to the transom. These quick release pins here function both as shear pins in case the water paddle hits an obstruction underwater. These are 1/4 inch diameter brass. They'll shear off, and this will rotate backwards on this pivot. Also, though, you pull these and you rotate this around and up, and it stows on a little mechanism that I don't have drawn here on the back. So that's when you want to pull the water paddle out of the water. So now let's go up front here. This shaft drives through the transom, through this first lazarette bulkhead, into this. So this is down close to the rudder quadrant. This is a quick release, well, a 1/4 turn sort of release pin. So you pull this out and give it a 1/4 turn, and that disconnects the drive, the mechanical drive. So then you have free steering. Pull that through here. You see that pin there that is a spring-loaded plunger onto this plate. This is a keyway drive off that shaft through this, on that, through that plate. I have options for different gearing, for how much actuation you need for the rudder. So that drive there, this rotates, drives through this point here. Again, more different options for how much power I need, and then that drives through that onto the rudder shaft itself. So that's what you have there. We're going to look at that. So anyway, that's the SolidWorks assembly. I'll in the next part of this video I'll show you all the mechanism finished, completed, installed on the boat. This is the windy end of it. If you look down, see it turning the water paddle there. So right now this is set up as a 5-to-1. So this moves 5 degrees and the water paddle moves 1 degree. Here's the adjustment knob. You see this trims it. So that's your setting. Basically you start out, watch which direction the stream is going, adjust it to match the streamer, and then with this quick disconnect you drop the air paddle into it. It goes there. So here's the steering gear. If I turn the wheel, it's the rudder turning there, and then this is the link here. This is the mechanical disconnect. It drops into gear there. Oops, out of focus. There we go. I'll do that again. It finds its hole there, it drops into gear. So now it's mechanically linked to the water paddle. Right now it's set up as its lengths are 1-to-1 to the rudder. I can adjust its mechanical leverage linkage here and in this slot here too. So disconnect, go out here and stop. Here's the ball joint. So you pull these and then swing this up out of the way, and that's the stowage position when you're not needing it.